Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood here with part 2 of my 4v4 battle in Napoleon Total War. I actually did both the original commentaries at the same time, but if you were one of the guys to see, or one of the 5 viewers that actually saw the first time I uploaded part 2, for some reason the video was fine, but the audio severely glitched out, and it was the one time I had not checked my video before actually uploading it. I always do that, and the one time I happened not to, it seems that it kind of blew up. So yeah, that's not gonna happen again, but we are back. Last time you guys saw my Prussians holding as well as they can against this Spanish horde here. You guys can already see all the bodies on the field so far. This massive field just littered with the dead of this crazily large battle. Going all the way back to here. Yeah, just massive front right now. If you guys saw part 1, there's a link to it in the top left of the screen, but you saw me repel the massive cavalry charges and push forward with my very beat up army against Britain here, but every opponent pretty much converged on me except Britain back there, that British player. Mike only fought like 3 units of the French army opposing him, and because they all came at me, Britain here, and now Spain. And you can see Mike kind of bringing up the flank, and Britain realizing that this is in fact a problem, that they left an entire army without anyone to fight it. So yeah, it took them a while to figure that out, but he ran forward to fight. Now he's withdrawing. I don't know if that's exactly smart, pulling back a little bit. This is just allowing Mike more time to shoot him, so I don't know really why he did that, but you can see all the guys that died in that quick second along this line here, and you can see the craziness going on back here. And at this point in time, Prussia has fallen. That is my 1 foot guard unit holding off like these now 5 units. We routed like 2 of them. You can see here, look at all of those dead bodies. Most of those are Spanish, killed by my Prussians, but that is just one pile there, and now it's about to get even worse as I am lining up a foot guard behind this massive blob of troops, and they are about to fire a volley into the back of this mess. Over here you can see this is what was the AI player that quit and only brought like 4 units. Just kind of messing around, not getting any kills, just dying. What AIs do best. But here you can see my foot guards now lined up. One guy killed over dying and firing off a volley into the back of this mess. And they actually get a ton of kills while that is going on. You can also see my center line here, most of it's pretty depleted from all the fighting it has already done. I'm trying to shuffle it around and salvage what I can, but fighting the good British infantry here is proving a little bit of a problem, considering my army has fought its way forward from back here where the bodies begin. We have fought all the way up to this point now, through like 3.5 armies, not 3.5, 2.5, and yeah, that's pretty much where it is. Mike is still pretty much fine on the flank, only fighting a few units, so his army's just fine. So if mine crumbles, the one thing he is going to have to do is deal with this, and there's nothing really here left, and Britain realizes they're done. It's going to start withdrawing. The only thing is that if I fell, Austria's flank would be in trouble, so Mike had some units back behind in case that happened here, because his army really hasn't seen that much action, and now he's moving over to support Austria, who is withdrawing a little bit in light of this British attack to a better position. And victory on this front over here is pretty much certain. You can see the last of these British here fighting. These guys withdrawing to try to fight another day, and you guys can clearly see just the massive fields of dead. Most of my line died along this tree road line here. You can see a good amount of them there. A lot of these are French, though. There was a massive French melee charge. And then once again it started way back there. So this was a massive battle, 4v4 with ultra unit settings, which I actually didn't realize, but that is what it's set to. It's at 160 men instead of the normal 120. And this is the French side, or the Spanish side, my bad, of the field. You can see all the dead cavalry from the massive charge that hit me. Here's one giant mob of their dead. Here's another. And then over here is the final resting place of the majority of them. So their charge made quite a bit of headway. It's just my foot guards were able to shoot down tons of them from behind while Austria held them in the front. And now it just results in a giant pile in this ditch here. So you can see what's left of Mike's army, which is just about all of it, is going off over here to destroy this small British force. And what is left of my army, I actually have a decent amount of units for how much I have fought, although they are very, very torn up. But I am now moving on to the flank here with my foot guards. These two units were reserves and are pretty much full. Not full, but you know, they have quite a bit of troops left, more than enough to handle this British flank. And that, along with Austria's army here, we are going to try to take out Britain. And this British player barely brought any line. Looks like 1-2 units of it. And a ton of rifles. And a ton of cavalry. Now some of its line was earlier lost in an engagement over here. And then he's got some units left back here. But this is going to be the final stage of the battle. You guys can just kind of watch this. You can see how it kind of, the line bends like an S almost with that cavalry moving on the flank, and you can see all the fire going on back there. And my men shooting these rifles. It might have been smarter just to charge them, considering my guards could have easily routed them very quickly in melee and not taken any of their accurate fire. You can see now I'm also shooting this Black Watch unit up pretty badly. My two units, and then in the center, this is Mike's unit actually, going in for a melee charge. No, these are mine because of the red arrows. Unless, no, that's Mike's. If it was mine, it would have the blue show up around it. And this unit here is mine. Yeah, no, those are my units, all the way this and over, I believe. Whatever, doesn't matter. Basically, melee charging here. Look at that guy getting his neck snapped. And one of my guys getting stabbed on the ground. Here comes all the British cav. Kind of just right in the line of fire to get shot up, so that's not that great of a move. You can see our troops have pushed through this flank. I finally got the idea that melee charging would work better, and went ahead with that, and I don't believe anything is happening over here at the moment. Yeah, just some skirmishing. Britain moving forward to get shot up. And it's about to begin. Yeah, there you go. Nice big volley. But back on this side, you can see the cav charge in the center, just kind of messing things up, but at this point, I still have these 4 units on the flank. 2 of mine did melee charge and die, and now you can see all the rest of mine going in for a charge, because these guys are actually out of ammo. And I've got the one good foot guard unit there. So we are going to charge these guys in the back with foot guards, which is not going to be something they're going to like, although they are foot guards themselves. But still, a charge to the back is never something you want to experience. There comes my men flying in. And now they've got this army behind them, so all that's left is this cav here, which is still causing some problems, but getting shot up. Although there were so many of them, it's taken a while to take them down. And then I just have some units off over here who are going to mop up the returned routing units. So that battle is winding down. Over here you're going to see these guys fire off a nice volley, some of these guys start to drop, and they're actually gonna rout pretty quickly because, one, they already routed, two, they're taking fire from behind, and yeah, that's just not a fun situation to be in. So at this point, the battle is pretty much over. The cavalry's been dealt with. Austria still has pretty much a full army because his opponent brought just really the rifles. Cavalry just causing some minor problems. And then Mike's still having pretty much a full army too. And then of course our ally that quit at the beginning and only brought like 4 units, well, he didn't really help at all. So the majority of the casualties were actually in my army, which happened to be the converging point for all of our opponents except that last British player. And while we go to chase, there's 2 British units way back there down. I will give you guys a nice overview of the battle. Here you can see the very small amount of bodies as Mike had a very minor engagement there. And then it starts moving into my area, which has all these guys here all the way up through to this point. Just tons and tons of casualties in this field. Giant piles of the dead. So it was a pretty crazy battle. You guys can just see that. Just masses. So we did well. We fought all the way forward and then over around the flank like so. And then Mike finished it off with a small engagement over here. And now all that's left is these guys. A fencible unit, which is basically militia, and the general staff. So they're going to come charging at us. At least they didn't run away. He must have just forgotten about them. See some stakes that were deployed way out here. This was Austria's original line, and he withdrew at the beginning of the battle way back to like here. Ended up fighting right around here. But this is where we stopped the massive Spanish army. Then obviously Britain and France. And just tons and tons of people dead. Pretty crazy battle. So yeah, now all we have to do is watch this final charge.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
My men are like reloading, but then it turns out they have no ammo. So we're gonna charge and form a square. And the general unit's actually gonna charge it. These few idiots didn't look at that guy, he just went flying. Where did he go? There he is. Hey there, buddy. Yeah, these few guys didn't listen to orders and they got killed. That's not fun. That fencible unit routed back there. We just killed the general. So these guys are out of here. There he is. Dead. Dead general. And that's going to be that. So you can see here, because of the ultra unit settings, everyone had massive armies except for our ally who brought under half of each of our armies by quite a bit, like 500. So yeah, he really wasn't any help. But out of my team, I'm gonna take the most losses right here, and I also deployed the least besides that guy who was attacking. But I'm gonna kill second most, Mike bringing it in by a little bit. Since he got to come in on the flank and just kind of mop everybody up. So he had a really good time of that. And then you can see our opponents here. Spain here bringing the biggest army of anyone. And you all saw them die in the charge. Look at that. 2,181 of them killed out of 2,444. That's pretty crazy. But that's going to be it. My best units here. Foot guards. Then some musketeers, more foot guards, all that good stuff. Everyone got a ton of kills, except these Prussian Fusilier. So that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. There's a link to the first part if you didn't see it, and I guess there's no need telling you that there's a link to this part, considering if you're at this point in the video, you've watched it in the first video. But there is, so thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.